Mr Speaker, to the Minister of Labour, does she agree with the Prime Minister's statement on the 90-day scheme that, quote, employers have generally acted responsibly and workers have been treated fairly, end quote?
Honourable Kate Wilkinson.
Of the Department of Labour evaluation report, which also noted that employers view dismissal as a negative outcome and actively try to avoid it.
Point of order, the Honourable Darien Fenton.
Sorry to interrupt my colleague, but we just couldn't hear the answer. The microphone wasn't turned on in time before the Minister started. If she could repeat that.
I would, if the Minister wouldn't mind, I'd appreciate it if she could repeat her answer for the House, because it was hard to hear it.
Mr Speaker, is the microphone working?
It's very much working right now.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Yes, the Prime Minister's statement referred to the findings of the Department of Labour evaluation report, which also noted that employers view dismissal as a negative outcome and actively try to avoid it.
Darien Fenton.
Thank you. To the Minister, does the current law say that the 90-day trial period is voluntary and must be negotiated between the employer and employee in good faith? If so, would it be acting irresponsibly for an employer to advertise a job as having a 90-day trial period before discussing the option with a prospective employee?
Honourable Kate Wilkinson.
Mr Speaker, the 90-day trial period is clear that it is by agreement of the employee. Unless the employee wants a trial period, they do not have to have one, but both employees and employers are subject to the provisions of good faith, with that small exception in relation to the 90-day dismissal.
Darien Fenton.
Does she therefore consider that the numerous employers currently advertising jobs with 90-day trial periods online, clearly without any discussion or negotiation with any prospective employee, to be acting responsibly? And if not, what's she going to do about it?
The Honourable Kate Wilkinson.
Well, Mr Speaker, clearly it's not compulsory for an employer or prospective employee to actually apply for that job. But this policy, this policy is about giving opportunities, Mr Speaker, to people who would otherwise not get them, and giving them this chance to prove themselves.
Mr Speaker.
Alan Peachy.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. What reports has the Minister seen regarding fair treatment in the workplace?
Honourable Kate Wilkinson.
Mr Speaker, I've seen reports of a whistleblower branded sad and incompetent. I've seen reports of a woman rejected for work because of the job her partner did, and also a union worker sacked by the EPMU because he belonged to the ACT Party. All three of these cases can be laid at the feet of the Labour Party and its supporters.
The Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Further to her answer to the last supplementary from Darien Fenton, did she indicate it was her view that people who did not like jobs with an advertisement which indicated that a 90-day period was a requirement should not apply for them?
The Honourable Kate Wilkinson.
Mr Speaker, what I indicated is that the 90-day trial period requires the consent of the employee, and the employee does not have to agree to one. But if they want to take up opportunities and be given the chance to prove themselves, then I suggest that they do avail themselves of this very successful policy.
Carmel Sepuloni.
Will she, given that the government has now twice denied the public the right to have its say on the 90-day fire-at-will scheme, firstly by pushing the legislation through under urgency and secondly by voting down my member's bill last night, will she guarantee that any extension to the 90-day law will get full select committee scrutiny so that employees who have been done over by unreasonable employers, such as those that have been described earlier, will have the opportunity to have their say?
Well, Mr Speaker, whilst that member is making some very misleading assumptions, I can say that the extension of the 90-day trial period will be in the Employment Relations Bill, which will go through select committee scrutiny.
Point of order, Darien Fenton.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I seek leave
A point of order has been called.
I seek leave to table 6 job advertisements for a range of positions, all of which stipulate a 90-day trial period as a condition of employment.
What's the source of these?
Trade me and seek.
Sorry?
Trade me and seek.
Leave is sought to table that document. Is there any objection? There is objection. Question number 11, Dr. Jackie Blue.